and welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be discussing 5 TV shows or movie ideas that we want to see in the Star Wars universe. Now, some of these are going to be TV shows, some of these are going to be movies. To me, this is what I really want Star Wars to do. These are my top 5 things. I would love to hear what everyone else's top 5 is, so make sure you leave me a comment below this video after you give us a like and subscribe. So let me know what your most wanted, whatever, Star Wars TV show or movie you want to see Lucasfilm handle, but with proper preparation and a plan. Unlike the sequel trilogy we got, we don't want any more disastrous stuff like that. We want a nice clean story that all flows. So without further ado, let's jump into my top 5. Number 5, Ahsoka TV show. I think it is time. After the end of Clone Wars, I think we all like the character Ahsoka now. And I think what better time to do Ahsoka justice by giving her own TV show. How can you do this? Well, why not just take it after Clone Wars to Rebels? In between that time period. Give us, what does Ahsoka do? How does she get her white lightsabers? How does she kill the Inquisitors and steal their lightsabers to unbleed the crystal, to purify it, to get the white sabers? There's so much stories. How does her and Rex get separated? What happens to them? What happens afterwards? Where did they go after the end of Clone Wars? There's so much potential to an Ahsoka series that I think most Star Wars fans would like to see. I think she's a character that has now grown upon us. I think at the start of Clone Wars, we kind of were a bit like, oh, okay, you're just throwing this character in. But as they developed her, as Dave Filoni developed her, and especially after the end, that last Clone Wars series that we just had at season 7, I think she's never been hotter than ever now. This is the moment. If you want to capitalize on this character, this is your chance. Lucasfilm, this is your chance to give us an Ahsoka series on Disney Plus, like The Mandalorian, that follows her journey after the end of Clone Wars to Rebels. I think it would be great. There's so much story you can tell. There's a big time gap between there that you can fill the voids in. And I just want to see how she does it all, how she survives, what she does, where does she go. Give us that, and I think we will be happy. Ahsoka TV series, number 5. Number 4, a Darth Vader TV series. I mean, I think most of us want to see Darth Vader at the end of Revenge of the Sith to A New Hope, in between that time period, which you have a lot of years. I want to see Darth Vader get his lightsaber. I want to see Darth Vader kill Jedi. I want to see Darth Vader bleed a crystal. I want to see Darth Vader build his Mustafar castle. I want to see Darth Vader be the absolute badass we saw him in Rogue One. I want to see him murder fools. I want to see him at the height of his fucking powers. I want to see Darth Vader just destroy people. Give us some character. There's so much time. It's exactly the same as the Ahsoka one. There's so much time. I want to see him talk to the Inquisitors. How does he recruit them? How does he train them? What does he do with them? Why is there none left? You know, there's so much there that we could use for this character. And I mean, we all want to see Darth Vader just fucking murder Jedi. That's what we want to see. We want to see Darth Vader go through and execute Order 66. Just go through and murder fools. The Jedi Hunter. The Jedi Killer. Darth Vader. I think most fans want to see that. We have comic series about it, but I think bringing that to the screen on Disney Plus would be absolutely fucking phenomenal. I think you've got the potential to do that. I think this could be the one last time we see Darth Vader. The one last time you go, you know what? This is Darth Vader that you all wanted. You all wanted Darth Vader at the height of his powers, an absolute beast. This is it. This is the time to do it. Give him one more big send-off, and then we don't have to visit this character again. I would love to see a Darth Vader series, and that's my number 4 most wanted. Number 3 is Darth Malgus. I want to see the Darth Malgus story on the screen. Now, this is back in the Knights of Old Republic era, which I think most fans want to see now. I think we all want to see the Old Republic. We want to see that on the big screen. I want movies. I want a trilogy of Darth Malgus. Darth Malgus is a character that is so complex and so completely awesome that you want to know more. He goes from one side to another. The guy fucking kills the person he loves because she's a weak point. This character is so absolutely mind-blowing that there is so much complexity to his character. In the books of Deceived, he's in the games, the Old Republic games. There is so much story. I mean, I can tell you now, the one thing I would love to see on the big screen is Darth Malgus go through to the Jedi Temple and slaughter every fool and take that Jedi Temple. I think there is so much potential for this Darth Malgus trilogy. It doesn't even have to be just about him. He can be the antagonist. You have all the Sith. Just give us that time period of Darth Malgus. I think that is a great time period because he also portrays the Sith. He goes away from the Sith and creates his own Sith Order. I want to see all that play out. I want to see how everything merges together in his story and just how good of a character he can be. The Jedi that we have there, the Jedi that's after him. There's just so many things that you can do with the Darth Malgus storyline that is in the Old Republic. I think there is so much. How he takes Korriban back, how they re-establish themselves. Like, there's so many things that you can do with it. And Darth Malgus is my third most wanted. Number 2, Revan. I think if you ask any Star Wars fan, they want to see Revan on the big screen. Not in one movie, not in 2 movies, 3 or more movies. Revan is one of those characters that is so complex. Master of the Light, Master of the Dark. I mean, there is so much story to Revan that you can tell, I would say, 5, 6 movies about Revan. There is just so much. And you know what? Keanu Reeves can play Revan. He's the perfect casting for Revan, in my opinion. I'd love to see Keanu Reeves come to the Star Wars universe and play Revan. I think you can do that. I mean, that's just my fan favourite casting that I would love to see in Star Wars. Keanu Reeves as Revan. I mean, he's not getting any younger. Get him in now. Get this Revan done. Simple as. But there is so much story to Revan. You know, when he comes as a Jedi, a gifted Jedi that had never seen this much before. Watch his story build up to where he is in the Mandalore battle. He is fighting at Malachor 5. You know, you get that storyline into one movie. Then he gets turned to the dark side in the second one. Like, there is, and you know, turned back, and then he goes back and looks for this planet. Like, you know, there's so many things you can do with Darth Revan. You've got Malak as well, Darth Malak in there as well. You can found him. Basilisk. There is so many. Scrooge, Scourge, or I think it's Scourge or something. But you got him as well. You've got Nyrus. You've got all these elements to create an absolute fantastic trilogy or double trilogy of the Revan character. And I think most Star Wars fans, I think it is time for us to band together and get this fucking Revan movies made, because I can tell you now, I think Revan is the one character that we all want to see on the big screen. And I think it's time to start doing these stories of the Old Republic, and I think having Revan on the big screen is guaranteed to bring in billions and millions of dollars if done right. If done right, that's the key word, if done right. But I think Revan is that character that's just got everything about him. And Revan, number 2. Number 1, Darth Bane. I want to see the Darth Bane trilogy, the books, on the big screen. I've never wanted to see a trilogy more than the Darth Bane. I mean, if you've read the Darth Bane books, they are absolutely fucking outstanding. Darth Bane is one of those characters that is so complex as well, and so driven. The guy created the Rule of Two. The guy created the system that destroyed the Jedi 1,000 years later. This is the guy that set everything in motion. He's the catalyst. He's the one guy who took out the whole Sith Order on his own by manipulating people. Watching him, how he grows through on Korriban, learning under these false Sith, you know, building himself up to become this big Dark Lord, regaining the Darth title to take down Lord Khan and the Sith, getting rid of them with the thought bomb and stuff like that. Then finding, you know, his apprentice, Zannah, building her up. There is so much, getting his obelisk armor. You know, there's so much. And of course, then you've got the last one where Zannah and him are going neck to neck with each other. I mean, there is so much potential. And I think it'd be fucking insane to see Zannah use her fucking Sith magic, her Sith sorcery on the big screen. What the fuck would that look like? So much imagination can be put into this trilogy. That you've already got the source material. You've already got a baseline. All you have to do is execute. That's all you have to do is execute. Darth Bane is the guy that set everything in motion to where we got to in episode 1 and beyond. This guy set it all in motion. I want to see his story. I want to see how he is developed on the big screen. I want the trilogy of movies of him. I want to see him fuck Jedi up. I want to see everything. Darth Bane is my most wanted series of movies of Star Wars that I want to see on the big screen. Simple as. There you have it. That is my top 5 most wanted TV or movies of the Star Wars universe that I want to see. Let me know in the comments, what are your 5 or 3 or 1 or 2? What do you want to see Star Wars do next? I mean, there is so many characters. The Star Wars lore is absolutely... I didn't even mention the start of the Jedi and the start of the Sith. That is one that most people would want to see as well. Or do we just skip all the Old Republic and we go straight 1,000 years into the future? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.